Welcome to another edition to the Ghouls Gone Wild podcast. I'm Adam Gorak, and today's episode we are going to be reviewing the debut solo album by the one and only Mick Mars called "The Other Side of Mars." Such a great album, and to help me review this album is Mike, Captain, Pink Sock, WPOT Live stand-up comic, Usnick. What's going on, brother?
That's a long fucking name, bro. How are
I'm
you
just
doing?
reading from what you have underneath your fucking name, dude.
Well, I'm right now I'm promoting WPOT.live because they are an up and coming radio station slash podcasting network that is coming out very soon. We're gonna have our own app and everything.
Very
We
nice.
we believe in human autonomy,
Sick,
which
dude.
is the right to free speech. Um,
Nice.
we're actually going to work towards eventually. Now, this is going to take a while, but we're going to eventually work towards creating our own social media platform within WPOT. So, where you can pretty much say or do whatever the fuck you want, as long as you're not breaking the law.
Yes, or Rob
So,
Halford will come out and get you.
yes.
Um,
So,
uh,
we
yeah.
we're reviewing Mick Mars's "The Other Side of Mars." This is an album that I've been waiting for a while. My one complaint, and it's
Yes.
not really a complaint about the album itself. I kind of wish we could have gotten the original album with John Corabi on vocals. Um, but
Yeah, and that's what I was gonna say because I thought John Corabi was gonna be on vocals, but didn't they release a song with John Corabi?
they released a teaser, two teaser songs with John Corabi, and I don't think they made it to the album.
Hmm.
Um,
Interesting.
because Corabi, I guess at the time he was working on solo shit or something happened. Mick Mars got back with Motley Crue, one or the other. I don't know what happened, but something happened that
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
couldn't do the album.
Well, Mick Mars has been working on this album for a very long time. I think this album was supposed to be released maybe a couple of years ago, but
Dude,
obviously with Motley Crue and stuff like that.
this album was announced right after Motley Crue's final album in 2000, final tour in 2016. Like that's how long this has been in the works.
Yeah, yeah. And now he left Motley Crue because he just wanted to like not tour as much anymore.
Well,
And
allegedly he was fired from Motley Crue.
yeah, well, he didn't want to fucking tour as much as well.
Yeah, I don't know the full story. I'm just
But
saying
like, and he
allegedly
won the legal battle. So
allegedly Motley Crue says he quit. He says he was fired. So who knows what the hell's going on?
yeah, exactly right. But no, so this album was released in February 23rd this year.
Yes, sir.
Producer was Michael Wagner.
Really?
I don't not really I don't really know too much of this guy.
Michael
But
Wagner, if I'm not mistaken, he did a lot of the Accept albums, and he did
uh,
Alice Cooper's Constrictor, and he did Alice Cooper's Raise Your
oh
Fist and
yeah, he did
Yell.
Constrictor of Alice Cooper, Raise Your Fist and yeah.
He did
Holy
Megadeth.
shit,
He
he
did
did Master of
Metallica.
Puppet.
Yeah. Ozzy Osbourne's No More
Yeah.
Tears. He did a lot of shit, bro.
Uh,
Sorry I keep interrupting you, by the way. There's just a slight lag.
oh, okay. No, it's all good. Um, yeah. Um, this is labeled as grunge and hard rock. To me,
Yeah.
I see this as hard rock and heavy blues.
Bro, I heard the grunge, though. It kind of was reminiscent of like Soundgarden in a way, or like Alice in Chains instrumentally, but you could still
Yeah,
hear the Motley Crue kind of heavy guitar sound. No, I'm not meaning the hair metal style. I'm meaning like Saints of Los Angeles, like the really heavy style.
yeah, yeah.
Um,
Mixed guitar playing on this, it's fucking dope.
I think it's better than anything recent Motley has done. Not hating on Motley,
Yeah,
but
yeah, and the track listing's amazing. You know, it starts off with "Loyal to the Lie," then "Broken Inside," then you got your ballad "Alone," and then you got like that real really dark, doomy, heavy rock of Killing
Bro,
Breed, and it goes
not to
back to
interrupt
a
you,
ballad by Memories.
not to interrupt you, but
Yeah,
Broken on the Inside fucked with me a little bit. I just wanted to mention that because they have that
the ending.
sound effect that makes it sound like the song's skipping. I thought my software was messing up, so I switched to my computer and it was still messing up. I'm like, how am I going to listen to this album if it's going to fuck up like this?
Yeah, and I had that same effect as well. I thought on my phone because sometimes I accidentally hit the screen and it was skip. I thought it was doing that. Then I played it back and it kept doing it again. I'm like, I think this is part of the album.
Fucking Mick Mars fucking with everybody. Continue what you were saying about the track. Sorry, bro.
Yeah, so it starts with two heavy tracks and then a ballad and then Killing Breed, one of my favorite songs on this album with another banging heavy track, then Memories. And I like how it just goes from heavy ballad, heavy ballad, heavy ballad,
He has a
ballad,
little bit of
heavy.
everything.
It's awesome.
Well, do
And the
you have?
lineup in this as well is fucking great. Obviously
Well,
Mick Mars on
you
guitar, Jacob
have
Button
to
on lead vocals.
give credit though. Mick Mars has some heavy hitters, and those ballads are incredible. And I think the reasoning why is because Paul Taylor on keyboards, man. I'm not sure if you're familiar
Yes,
with Paul's work.
I'm not
He
too familiar as
he was the
well.
pianist for Winger. He also played in Boston. No, he
Sammy
didn't play
Hagar.
for Boston, but he played for Gary Pell of Boston in his early days. He
Yeah,
also was in Aldo Nova, Steve Perry, Alice Cooper. He was the pianist on Constrictor and Raise Your Fist and Yell.
and Raise Your Fist in the Air and Fistful of Hours.
Yep, he was the keyboardist. So this dude is an incredible keyboardist.
Yeah, this
So
guy is great. Yeah, I've never really heard of him until I was listening to the podcast from Ryan Roxy.
go
Um,
check it out, by the way. In the Trenches is back. I'm sorry to take your shine and promote somebody else, but go ahead and check out In the Trenches with Ryan Roxy. He actually interviewed Mick Mars, which is fucking awesome. I didn't get to watch the
yeah,
whole thing, but I
um,
saw bits and pieces.
it's great. Um, yeah, and then Chris Kohler, I think I said his last name right, on bass. Ray from Korn on drums, which is a
Ray
good pick.
Luzier,
Yeah. There was another vocalist doing 4 and 8, Killing Breed and Undone.
Brian Gamboa.
Yeah, and then Paul Taylor and keyboards
Um,
and
now
Michael
Brian may have
Wagner
been
or
on
Wagner
only
on
one.
producer.
Brian may have been on only one track, but he's a pretty good.
Mm.
He's a great vocalist. I'd like to see more of him. I'm not that familiar with his work. I know about Jacob Button, but I didn't hear much about Breon before this. But he is in the bands. He helped with the bands BOA, Hollywood Boulevard, and he's the founder of Third Mist. So if you want to check out his other work, he's in the band Third Mist.
Yeah.
Now,
Apparently, apparently this album hit number one,
oh fuck yeah, it deserves it. It
and
fucking
Ace
deserves.
Frehley was number two.
Like I
What's
love
that?
Ace's latest album. I love Ace's latest album, and we should definitely cover that sometime. But this album, I would say that this is probably some of Mick's best work because, and I'm not trying to take away from the legacy of Motley Crue at all. That's not what I'm
Yeah,
doing. Even though my favorite Motley album is the '94 album, hate me, I don't care. Um, but I think this is some of Mick's best work. And also, I feel like the reasoning why this is some of Mick's best work is because he has a more polished singer. The two singers
yeah,
of the album sound better for his style. Mick is
yeah.
not
I agree.
Mick's not a hair metal guitarist. He was in a hair metal band. Well, whatever you call him, glam, whatever. But he's a heavy metal guitarist at the core. If you listen to any of Motley's shit and just listen to the guitars, he's a metal guitarist.
Yeah, 100%. But yeah, from what I saw on Instagram, on his thing, yeah, it hit number one, and then Ace Frehley was number two, then Kanye West was number three.
You know what's crazy is, you know what's wild? The Billboard works that way, bro. The
Yeah,
Billboard works that way. You'll have Mick Mars, who's a metal guitarist, as number one, and then you'll have Ace Frehley, who's a hard rock guitarist, number two, and then you'll throw in what, Kanye West.
yeah.
How is Kanye West still selling a lot of albums? Like, who can tolerate that man?
I don't know. That guy is weird as fuck. Yeah, so Mick Mars' solo album has debuted at number one, surpasses Kanye West and Ace Frehley.
Damn, dude, that is fucking. You deserve it, Mick. With
Yeah, man. Come on the
this
podcast
album.
and we can talk about it.
Now, there are two songs that did not appear on the album, as we mentioned earlier, but you can still find them, I do believe. Uh,
Um,
Give Me Blood and Shake the Cage, which were sung by John Corabi and recorded in 2016. Both songs have been shelved.
hmm.
They said it was shelved because of an unnamed third party.
Do you
According
reckon
to,
there's like a link to it somewhere?
I don't know, but according to Mars, the songs were wrong, parts in there that shouldn't have been there, and blah blah blah. It isn't a long story, but it's just kind of like this ain't gonna fly. So he felt like it didn't belong on the album. So we might hear it in the future. Who knows?
Yeah,
Like, that's
maybe in the next album.
maybe because Mick Mars, I'm hoping, has more albums. He has that spinal condition, which I give him credit, man. That guy's been fighting through some really bad pain and still going out there and doing this.
Yeah. Um, he said he's got a lot more in him to release albums and stuff like that.
See, that's kind
Um,
of why I hate when Motley Crue came out and they were like, Mick Mars is leaving due to his health. His health has never been a problem.
mm, he just wanted to slow down a bit. I mean, he didn't want to. He didn't want the band to come back together. You know what I mean?
Yeah, did he mention that in Ryan's interview? Like
No,
why?
I think they kind of left that out. Maybe they talked about it backstage, I guess.
They,
But yeah, Mick had no intentions in reuniting with Motley Crue when they when they got to do that reunion tour.
oh, guess what? I didn't know this.
Mm,
Before Mars was, I think it was before he was in Motley Crue. He was in a band called White Horse with Eddie Van Halen. The
yeah,
band didn't really last very long because Mick Mars decided to play disco music. He joined the pop group Video NUR and released the singles Gypsy Woman You Drive Me Crazy in 1978 and Work Work Decadence Plus in 1979. So he was in a pop band before this.
yeah. Interesting fact. Interesting. Interesting fact.
Very interesting
But,
fact. But yeah, this solo album, let's get back to that since that's what we're talking about.
yeah, I thought there'll be like multiple singers on this album, but he stuck to one and have like another one sing two other songs on there.
I thought there was going to be multiple vocalists or John Corabi. With him out, I was kind of nervous because I love Corabi's work with Mars, but I still gave it a chance and it was still as incredible. Now, most of the album is Jacob Button.
Mm.
Only 2 tracks is Brian, however you pronounce his name, I'm not sure. But one person we have not mentioned, and I'm not sure what his other work is Chris Collier.
The bass player.
The bass player. I couldn't find much on him.
Mm.
I couldn't find much
Yeah,
on him.
he was good, but Ray was a good fucking. Ray was a really good pick for this album.
Ray Luzier. Now, fun fact about Ray. You know him, and I know him as the drummer
Uh-huh.
of Korn. Before he was in Korn, do you know what band he was in?
I know he's played for like David Lee Roth and stuff like that.
Before Korn, he was the original drummer of Steel Panther before Stick Zadinia joined.
Yeah, right.
He just wouldn't wear the wig. So they just kind of replaced him with Stick Zadinia. Plus, I think he got the gig with Korn, so
But then he doing live shows or was he just doing
live shows.
studio?
He was a member of the band. He was actually a member. He did shows and everything. He just kind of, I think he just went his own way. I don't know. It's his story to tell, but I think he just decided to join Korn because Korn was looking for a drummer. Because at that time, Steel Panther was starting to go on the rise, but they weren't where the success they are now.
Mm.
Like that
Yeah,
was
right.
because Ray Luzier, he played drums on Korn's album 2010 is when he joined. He was in what Steel Panther album was he on? I know he was on a Steel Panther album, but it's not listed
No.
on his fucking thing.
It's under Association X is under it's Steel Panther. But
So he wasn't
I'm
on a
having a look
Steel
right
Panther
now
album.
because he only played for 3 years. Um Maybe like an EP or something because he
No,
wouldn't be on Further Steel.
he was not in Steel Panther technically. He was in Metal Skull, which was the
Yeah.
band before Steel Panther. It was still Steel Panther, but it was a different band. They had a different name at the time, which I think is kind of fucking cool.
Because yeah, he would have been on Ho Patrol.
Yeah, Whole Patrol,
Ho
which
Patrol. Ho, whatever. Yeah,
yeah, Whole Patrol. They were known as Metal
before.
Shop or Metal
Yeah,
School. That's fucking cool. I knew he was on one of the albums,
yeah.
but dude, what do you think? What would you like rank this album, or do you want to talk about the songs first?
I want to talk about the songs first because
Let's do that.
the first track, dude. Holy crap!
The first
It's
two tracks.
just yeah, but like Loyal to the Lie, it's just a banger, bro. Just a banger. Like yeah, it's one of those songs that you want to listen to before you go to work or go to the gym or just whatever, man. It's just
Bro, it was the perfect
hard
opening track.
hitting. It is, yeah. The sound and production in this album is amazing.
It set the mood for the whole fucking album.
Yeah. Um, if you had to pick one song, which one's your favorite?
If I had to pick a song, my favorite would probably have to be Killing Breed or The Right Side of Wrong.
Yeah. See, mine would be either Broken Inside because Jacob Button does this really cool scream
Yeah.
before before the verse, I think it was, or the second
If
verse,
you if you had
and
to pick, if
Undone's
you had to
good.
pick if you had to pick a favorite singer on this album, who would you pick? Jacob Button or Breon?
Jacob.
Jacob was great. I'd love to hear more of him. I would like to hear more of him, but I have a feeling that the next Mick Mars album will probably be various vocalists.
Maybe. If John Corabi was doing this album with Mick, will it sound like this though? That's the thing.
If John Corabi did it instrumentally, it'd be exactly the same because Corabi can actually adjust. You saw him do it with Dead Daisies. You saw him do it with Motley Crue. He can adjust. And
Yeah,
honestly, that '94 album, this album is very reminiscent of it instrumentally. Instrumentally,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
very
I don't
reminiscent.
know. It might sound a little bit different compared to what it is now, but I reckon Tim the Ripper Owens would have been a good choice.
Yes, but I'm very different on Tim because Tim's a great vocalist, but he's an impersonation vocalist. You know
Mm.
what I mean? He's not like an OG, he's not an original vocalist. And I mean this not as an insult. He's very good at what he does. But look at what he does. He replaced Rob Halford and Judas Priest, sung just like him.
Mm.
He replaced the singer in Iced Earth, sung just like him. He's in KK's Priest, sings just like fucking Rob Halford again.
Didn't he
He did,
do Dio's Disciples?
he did Dio's Disciple, sung just like Dio. The dude's a great vocalist and he's great at morphing his voice, but does he have his own voice?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
he's great. Don't get me wrong. I'm not hating on him. I'm just saying, like he
I
mimics.
just think that he will sound good in Undone.
He would. I would love Ripper. I'm kind of. I don't agree with some of the things Ripper has said publicly,
Yeah,
and I don't agree with his stance on certain things. But as a musician, he is great. I don't want people thinking that I am hating on him for that. I'm just saying that he's just more of an impersonation vocalist. That's what his repertoire says, and he's great at it.
yeah,
That makes him an amazing vocalist.
yeah.
I would love to see him sing for Deep Purple.
Maybe. Yeah, one day. You never know. You never
Now,
know.
this album I think would have been a little different with John vocally, but I think there would have been different songs, but I think it still would have had the same style.
Yeah,
Because you got to think Button helped write 90% of the music.
yeah, he did.
Like,
And Mick did all the writing as well.
yeah,
But
but Button is listed as the writer on like most of the songs. Paul Taylor helped write most of them except for the last track.
yeah,
And yeah, like how would you rank this though amongst like some of Mick's work? Like, would you say that it's as good as some of the
yeah, I think so.
as like the early Motley shit? Do you think it's as good?
Yeah, I think so. This is way better than anything that Motley's released. the
Since what? Like their Dr.
Dirt.
Phil?
No, no, no. Since when they brought out the 3 singles from the Dirt soundtrack.
Okay, so you're like doing this is the best thing that Mick Mars has done in the last decade.
Yeah,
I think this is probably the best thing that he has released in the last 2 or 3 decades, bro. And I'm not taking away from his guitar work and Motley. His guitar work was amazing. I meant like as a band. I was not a fan of like Generation Swine or New Tattoo. I liked Saints of Los Angeles a little bit, but that's like a 6 a.m. album
yeah. I was gonna say that's a great 6 a.m. album.
with
Man.
Vince on vocals.
Yeah,
Now, the 94 Motley Crue album, as I stated, I would rank this up there with that.
yeah.
And I love it. How would I? What other tracks did you want to go through before we rank and shit? Like, what's your
The
favorite
last
track?
track's pretty good. It's got that really dark, heavy blues. My favorite track, I already said it. Broken Inside, Loyal to the Lies, always a good. It's a great opener, but it's also my favorite song. And Undone.
Hmm. Those are some great fucking tracks, dude. And I love the name, The Other Side of Mars.
Yeah,
Like, how do you come up with a better fucking title, man? This album is brand new too, so
yeah. It just came out like a couple of days ago.
now Ultimate Rock Classic Rock Guitar reviewed it and gave it a hugely great review, kind of. But Classic Rock gave it a pretty good review. They said it's a would-be classic. It's a full-scale solo Stormer. They said another person said that Mars's heaviest project yet. Um, who else did a review? Galusi, a critic by the name of Galusi, said that Brunton is a much polished singer than Vince Neil, like I said, and he also said that the right side of wrong wouldn't have worked vocally if Neil was singing it.
That is true.
Instrumentally, it sounds like it could have been a Motley like album, but vocally, it would not have worked. Fair assessment. It is
No.
very distinguished difference between that and Motley in a way.
How would you rate this album?
I would rank it out of 10,
Yeah.
9.
Yeah,
9. I
nine
don't give
point
anybody a
five.
10.
Yeah, like easy 9.5 for me.
It's an
It's an easy
easy.
listening album.
It really is. Are we gonna do another
Temp,
reaction?
the tempo, production wise, it's fucking amazing.
So are we doing this every Wednesday or?
Maybe it depends if I have a guest or not.
Oh, you're good, bro. Are,
So
let,
I was thinking of just doing this podcast as a horror and music thing now.
I like it.
Since I've
Goals
just been
on.
interviewing. Yeah, well, since I've just been interviewing fucking guitarists and shit like that. So
Well, whatever we don't review here, Pink Sock Podcast is eventually we're gonna work in more shit to do, like on the show, like reviews and shit like that, and like teasers for upcoming interviews and for the live show. So whatever we don't review here, I'm gonna go ahead and review on Pink Sock.
Mark, you froze.
Hold on.
Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, Mike froze. It is normal for that to happen. And
I'm sorry, my shit froze real quick. What I was saying is Pink Sock Podcast is live every Monday at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We also have episodes releasing sporadically throughout the week. You just got to keep up with that. We will let you know Mondays when we're releasing episodes. Um, but we do have an episode premiering on Saturday at noon. It is our Mel
nice,
Baranque episode. He is a 5-time Emmy Award winning sports broadcaster, become comedian.
very nice, very nice, very
And
nice.
also, I am joining a different social media platforms. I've been looking shit up. I am tired of being censored on Facebook and Twitter. So I am leaving, not leaving fully Facebook. You still got to promote somewhere, but I'm going to be going on a open source type social media where you can literally say whatever you want as long as you're not breaking the law. So you should join me, Garak, on that journey.
Sounds good.
But yeah, this album, 9 out of 10, bro. That's what we both ranked it. Well, you said 9.5, but we're gonna round to 9 since that's general consensus, if that's all right with you.
Yeah, yeah. I'm happy with that. But
Um,
have you been watching any horror movies lately?
Lately, no. I've been kind of in this weird depression bubble where I haven't really been watching or listening to anything, and I need to get out of it because not listening and watching shit is what's causing the depression. So I need to get back into that. I've been watching a lot of stand-up comedy though.
Yeah. Well, I actually watched Midsummer for the first
Midsummer,
time yesterday.
really?
That is a really messed up movie, dude. Yeah,
Damn,
it's a folk horror movie from 2009, written and directed by Ari Aster. So it's about it's about a dysfunctional American couple who travel to Sweden for a group of friends for a midsummer festival and then find themselves in a sinister cult and weird shit happens.
damn. That is
It's really
fucking.
disturbing,
That is disturbing and that is wild, dude.
especially if it's in fucking Sweden.
Swedish horror movies hit different. Actually,
Yeah.
overseas horror movies hit different than American horror movies. They have some of the best movies.
Yeah, Corey Thomas and I were talking about this when I first had him on. Second time I had him on, he was saying that he feels like the Europeans always go that one step further.
Yeah, like American horror movies, nothing against them, but like they're not as good. Like
Yeah,
they're good, but they're not as dark, I should say.
Yeah, but yeah, it's on Netflix. It's just a really wild movie, man. Goes for like 2.5 hours, I think it is. So I watched it in two
Damn.
parts. So I watched the first hour on my break, and then
What
finished
was
the
the
rest when
name
I
of
got
that
home.
shit?
Midsummer. I'll
Oh,
pop it up on the screen.
I've seen it. Yeah, I saw it with a friend of mine. I forgot what the fuck the name of it was. Midsummer is a good
Yeah,
movie. A friend of mine kept trying to get me to see it, and I'm like, I don't know about all that because. But after I watched it, it's kind of fucked up, dude.
yeah.
It, it takes place
The,
during Midsummer, which is a thing in, like you said, Sweden.
yeah, yeah. The most disturbing part was the ending. How the chick's boyfriend
Hmm.
gets drugged and he couldn't like feel his whole body or anything like that. And they killed a fucking bear. Then they got the bear open and they
Dude, that
put
shit was
him inside
crazy.
that bed, the fucking bear skin, and tied him
Bro,
down. And all this, yeah,
I fucking love it.
it's nuts. But
So,
guys, check that movie out. It's pretty messed up.
Midsummer, that should be what we review next.
Yeah,
Like,
I think it's one of those movies I'll watch once.
watch it 3 times, dude. I have a friend that's her favorite horror movie.
Dude, it's crazy, especially when like the two elderly people, when the old lady jumped off from the cliff, and you just see her head smack on the fucking rock, and half of her face
That
went
was
missing.
fucking. You know what's sad? What's fucking terrifying is that's like an early scene too. Like that's like in the beginning of the movie, damn near.
Yeah, yeah. The opening scene was a bit disturbing as well.
Yeah, the opening scenes are crazy. The ending is wild when they all catch on fire.
Yeah, that's what I meant with the bear. They
Yeah,
put the chick's boyfriend in the bear suit, and it was like full on paralyzed and shit like that.
I'm sorry. All I heard was bear and like it kind of cut out a little bit. So
Uh,
that
uh, yeah, and yeah, and then like all the friends and shit like that were all like just hypnotized or something like that, and just drugged. Like it's just nuts.
that is fucking wild, dude. Like that whole movie
But
had
yeah.
me on the edge of my fucking seat.
Did you watch any theaters?
No, I watched it at a friend's house. She had it on DVD or streaming or something. I don't know. I don't think she had it on DVD because I don't even think they make DVD players anymore, do they?
Blu-ray DVD plays.
Do Blu-ray
Yeah,
DVD players play regular DVDs? Because I know, like, for some reason, like laptops and shit don't even come with that shit anymore.
yeah, yeah. But
Okay, I was just making sure because I wasn't sure, man.
yeah. Go check out this movie.
Bro, this
Yeah,
movie,
guys. I recommend you to watch this movie, guys, with your date or with your family or a group of friends. And
like,
guys, yeah. But
like it
guys,
takes up the whole fucking screen, but the photo's only like.
yeah, I couldn't bother downloading the picture and put it on the fucking thing. Too much time. But guys, um, that was our review of the Mick Mars album. Go listen to it and let us know what you think because we think it's a banger album. If you don't think it's a banger album, then you're just not cool enough. But Mike, thank you for joining me as always. I appreciate you.
I love you, bro. Thank you so much for
Um,
having me. Anytime.
any anyone that is gonna that is new to this YouTube channel, make sure you click like, subscribe, share. Follow me on Instagram on Ghouls Gone Wild underscore 2000 Ghouls Gone Wild podcast underscore 2003. I think that is it. And you can follow me on my normal Instagram at yeah, you know where to find me.
You can find
Yeah.
me. Sorry.
And you can find Mark everywhere. He's just everywhere on the internet at the moment.
I have a
But
website.
yeah, that's what I mean. You can just find him everywhere on the internet.
Usnick.com, bro.
Yeah, see, that's how you got to type, and he's everywhere. Just Google Mike Usnick on Google.
Yeah, I got a website too, bro. It's usnick.com. www.usnick.com, bro.
_/Pornhub. But
Yes. Don't forget the
yeah,
underscore.
yeah, and if you guys missed out last week's episode with my good friend Zach, go and check that out, and check out all the other episodes because I had Ace Von Johnson, Sam Ben Colton, and I had Daniel Graves from Aesthetic Perfection on. So you all should check that out. Like, share, subscribe. See you all next time, Mike. Thank you again,
Love y'all.
and everybody be nice to each other and don't be a cunt. Anyway,
You can't.
peace. Cunt.